Hey, Amani Channel here. Got an awesome message for you, my fellow video makers and aspiring video makers. And it has to do with perfection. Does perfection or the desire for perfection lead you to procrastination? Video procrastination, that is. I call it perfection procrastination. I've talked to a lot of folks who say they don't want to get started until they've either perfected, or they don't want to start because they feel like they're not perfect. And I get it, because you always want to present yourself as a professional, right? I mean, you don't want to say something that will make you appear to not look credible, or like you know what you're talking about, or like you're not the authority. And that's really important because, of course, especially if you're an expert in something, or if you're well versed in your business, you want to always look like you know what you're talking about. And I get it, because when we watch the news, when we watch TV, people look like they're perfect, and when we see others share their information online, they may appear to be perfect. But are you too worried about perfection, and are you letting that get in the way of sharing your blessing with others? Is kind of what I'm talking about. So how can you get over perfection procrastination? Well, it's kind of a mindset shift, because what I say is that you're perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. And what I mean by that is we're perfect in our imperfection, right? No one is perfect. And so, we watch TV and we see models, we see anchor news folks, we see everyone looks well polished, they look well groomed, they're well spoken, they seem to have all their ducks in a row. But that's TV, and true enough, this is kind of a version of TV as well. But it's a little raw, right? It's a little less polished, and you don't have to be as polished either. And there's actually benefits to not being perfect, which I'll just share in a second what I mean by that. But how do you get out of this procrastination mode, right? If you're just waiting for the right moment, you're waiting to be perfectly prepared, you're waiting for it to have all the equipment. The cure for that is action. And how do you take action when making videos? Well, you start making videos, all right? And you might feel like you need some special coaching, and that may be the case. You may need someone to help you, a mentor to help hold your hand. And, that's out there, right? There's help out there. But I don't want you to let your desire or your fear of being imperfect get in the way of you sharing your blessing, is what I'm saying. And while I thought about this, I had another message I was going to share with you this evening, but I just got off a call with a young lady, and she was talking about her desire to make videos, and that she's made videos before, but that she wanted to perfect her craft. And I don't think she was saying that perfection is preventing her from making videos now. What she was saying was that she wants to present herself in the best light. And I get that as well. And that she wants to make sure she has the equipment and all those things going on. And that's awesome, right? Because those are all things that you need. But in the same vein, you don't have to wait to start practicing your craft. And really, practice leads to proficiency, right? People say practice makes perfect. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes proficient. Practice makes, you improve when you practice. I'm not perfect by any means when I make videos. I'm not even trying to be perfect, to be honest with you. Like one of my recent live streams, I think it was last night, I actually had my notes written out, and I couldn't even read a couple of my bullet points. But it happens. And the key to that is just staying relaxed. It's just not getting all frazzled, because if you get frazzled when you're presenting your information, your audience is going to start reflecting. They're going to feel frazzled too. They're going to feel those emotions for you. And so it takes practice, and it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing, but you got to stay relaxed. You got to realize that you don't have to be perfect, and no one really expects you to be perfect. They just want you to bless them with whatever knowledge you're there to bless them with. All right. So, I just want to share that with you real quickly. So in the same vein, I want to talk about another important thing, and that's to keep it moving when you're making a video. And what I mean by that is, especially when you're going live, you really don't have the option to stop or start over again. This is a challenge that I had when I would start struggling with my live shots, and I would start panicking. It's better to stay relaxed if you're ever have what I call a brain fart, or if you're ever challenged to share a message. Just stay relaxed, just smile and keep it moving, right? Acknowledge your mistakes. Say, hey, I couldn't read my writing. I'm sorry about that. but you got to keep it moving. You got to keep moving on to the next thought without getting caught up in the moment of the challenge. And if you misspeak, you could just say rather or instead. I meant to say whatever. You can even apologize, but I don't like apologizing because that acknowledges that will add attention to the mistake you made. And no one's perfect. Like I said, no one's perfect. So keep it moving. Always keep it moving. Always keep the thought moving, and don't let your a so-called mistake prevent you from sharing a message or from getting frazzled or anxious or upset with yourself. Because that's a natural reaction, right? We naturally want to go inward and feel like we're not good enough or that we made a mistake or we're not perfect. But we're all perfect in our imperfection. That's really what I believe. I believe that I'm perfect. I'm perfect, really. We're all perfect, really, because we're all God's creation, or we're all here by some, I believe, a divine purpose. But you might think otherwise. But if you believe in God, you believe that we were created, we're here for a reason, which I do believe, then you're fine. You're fine in whatever you want to share, whatever you want to deliver. Even if you're not good at first, because it's going to take practice for you to get to that point of being proficient. So don't worry about it if you just don't feel like you have it all together yet. You'll get there by just getting started. It's better to get started than to wait, is really my best advice for you. And if you need some additional help, then you can reach out to a mentor. You can schedule a free 15-minute call with me, and we'll kind of talk, and we'll try to figure out a strategy for you to move forward. See if it might be a fit for us to work together, whatever. It's all good. But it is what it is. Like, I'm going to keep sharing my information. I'm going to keep sharing tips, techniques, suggestions with you, and answering your questions. Now, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and check I can't see comments on the page that I'm on right now. So let me see if anyone has commented or has any questions for me. Because, this is Facebook Live. You got to be interactive. Answer people's questions. Give me a second here. My browser is running a little bit slow. It's loading up now. Let's see if I can see it here. Why am I not seeing it? Interesting. Maybe it just hasn't loaded yet. Anyhow, I will see the questions or comments after the live stream. So if you do have any questions for me, please leave them below and I'll be sure to get them. I'll answer them. Yeah, it's funny. I can't see the questions. So I do apologize for that. But what's the big takeaway? All right, the big takeaway is, number one, don't let perfection get in the way and cause you to procrastinate, because we're perfect in our own imperfection. And number two, always keep it moving. Don't get frazzled. Don't get upset with yourself, especially when you're live, especially when you're on camera, because it's just the audience is gonna feel all that, and they're gonna feel uncomfortable, right? I mean, I know that when I struggled on camera, like, the audience was like cringe, probably because I'm like losing my marbles. I'm losing it right on live TV. It's better to stay relaxed and just smile and keep it moving. That's really, it's best just to stay relaxed, stay in a state of zen, and that is challenging because we're worried about what others think of us, and it's like we're afraid to raise our hands, right? When students are in school, and we're taught it, we learned at a young age, right, in grade school, where we don't want to be laughed at, we don't want the attention on us, especially for us introverts. We don't want people to not think of us in highly or think of us in a negative way. I understand that, and being on the camera is a very transparent. It is a very vulnerable thing, because we're sharing with folks, and people do judge you. People are going to judge you, but as long as you share some helpful information, it'll be just fine. Just always get better and always work to improve. What I like to do is, after I record a video, after I do a live stream, I'll go back and review it, and I'll look at it again. And why do I do that? Because I'm looking not for, like, in a narcissistic way, though. You got to be a little bit narcissistic when you're on camera. Not in a negative, not in a bad way, though. It's just like, you want to see your performance, and you don't want to be overly critical. Like, I'm not watching to be overly critical. I'm not looking for my like, oh, I said that wrong, or my eyes got really big, or my forehead got wrinkled. Not to be super judgmental, but just to see what I can do better next time. That's why I like to review always, whether it's live, whether it's recorded video. Always go back and watch your performance, because you'll learn things and you'll improve every time. All right, does that make sense? All right, great. So I am 4 for 4 this week. Got to keep the momentum going. All right, it's important. Momentum is important too. It's important to keep your momentum going. So have a great evening. Have a great day. Whenever you're watching this, leave a comment below if this made sense, if this was helpful. And if you'd like to, what's the link? What's the link to schedule a conference call? If you'd like to schedule a call with me, put a 1 in the comments, and I'll drop a link, or I'll send you a message, and we'll get that going. A free 15-minute, call it a confidence coaching call. We'll do that. Because I just want to help people. I'm just checking to see if I can see. I can't see my comments though, for whatever reason. I'm gonna look one more place real quick. I don't know where this is being streamed at. I don't know where I am right now. I know I'm going live. I think I'm going live. There we go. All right. But I don't see any comments on this page. All right, so that's it. Amani Channel. We'll talk to you soon. Deuces. Peace.